If denim manufacturers knew I was making this video, they would pay to have it taken down immediately. And that alone should tell you everything about what we are getting into today. The modern jeans industry is a multi-billion-dollar scam where $90 synthetic blend garbage gets marked up 400%, dressed up in premium packaging, and sold to hard-working people as craftsmanship that does not exist inside that denim. We are pulling back the curtain on 5 exact brands that intelligent shoppers have completely blacklisted. Brands that have been quietly cutting quality, inflating prices, and hiding behind logo recognition for years while their customers foot the bill without ever suspecting a thing. Stay right here, because we are breaking down exactly how this con works, which 5 brands are the worst offenders on the market right now, and every trap you need to know before you hand over another dollar to people who never respected you as a customer. Look down at your jeans right now. If you see a horseshoe on that back pocket, you already know the brand I am talking about. And if you paid $300 for those jeans, you are exactly who this video was made for. Not to call you out, but because the brand that put that horseshoe there went bankrupt twice, moved production overseas, and is still charging you $300 like none of that ever happened. Someone had to say it. Might as well be me. True Religion was born in 2002 in Los Angeles. Jeff Lubel and Kim Gold had a vision. Premium American denim, heavy stitching, bold pocket embroidery, a horseshoe on the back, and a guitar playing Buddha on the patch. The jeans were loud, they were expensive, and for about 7 years they were everywhere. Jessica Simpson wore them, Britney Spears wore them, Angelina Jolie wore them. Rappers from New York to Atlanta were dripped head to toe in True Religion in every music video money could buy. At its peak, the brand was pulling in hundreds of millions of dollars a year and selling a pair of jeans for anywhere between $150 and $400. The company told you it was premium. It told you it was American-made. It told you the stitching was different. And people believed every single word of it. Here is what they did not tell you. By 2013, a private equity firm called Towerbrook Capital Partners looked at that brand name and saw a cash machine. They bought True Religion for $824 million, not to make better jeans, to extract value from a logo. And the moment that happened, the brand that built its entire identity around American craftsmanship quietly shifted every stitch of production to Mexico, China, and Bangladesh. You're paying $300 for a pair of jeans made overseas and shipped back to America with a Buddha patch telling you it is premium. But here is where it gets truly ugly, and this is the part that separates smart buyers from dumb ones. In 2017, True Religion filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The brand that once had A-list celebrities fighting to be seen in it went completely broke, and then in 2020 they did it again. 2 bankruptcies in 3 years. The brand was sold, restructured, stripped of over $350 million in debt, and handed off to yet another private equity group. A company that could not keep itself financially alive is still somehow convincing people to pay $300 for the privilege of advertising its logo on their backside. That is not fashion. That is just expensive gullibility. Now, here is the argument the other side makes. True Religion has made a comeback. Sales hit $280 million in 2023 and grew 20% in a single year. The Y2K fashion wave brought the brand roaring back with Gen Z. TikTok loves the aesthetic. Megan Thee Stallion is the face of their holiday campaigns. The thick stitching and oversized pockets that fashion called ugly in 2015 are suddenly the coolest thing on the street in 2025. There are people who will tell you that True Religion is a cultural statement, that the horseshoe means something, that the logo carries weight in certain rooms that a plain pair of Levi's never will. And here is the hard, honest truth about that argument. Culture is real, status is real, but dumb purchases do not stop being dumb just because a lot of people are making them at the same time. A brand that went bankrupt twice, moved production overseas while charging American premium prices, and spent decades selling you a lifestyle built entirely on celebrity photos and music video placement. That brand is not charging you for quality. It is charging you for the memory of quality. It is charging you for the decade when those jeans actually meant something. And if you're handing over $300 in 2025 because a TikTok told you the horseshoe is back, that is exactly the kind of purchase this video is named after. Stay right here, because the next brand takes everything True Religion did wrong and somehow found a way to do it louder. There is only one fashion brand in American history that got banned by name from a nightclub door. Not for violence, not for drugs, for being too embarrassing to let inside. The sign read, "If it is on Jersey Shore, it is not coming through the door," and Ed Hardy was named specifically. That is not a brand having a bad season. That is a brand that became the national symbol of bad taste, and yet people are still buying it. Today we talk about why. Ed Hardy started as something genuinely remarkable. Don Ed Hardy was born in 1945 in California, earned a fine arts degree from the San Francisco Art Institute, and spent decades transforming tattooing from a back alley trade into a recognized American art form. The man was the godfather of modern tattooing, a real artist with a real legacy built over 40 years of serious work. In 2004, a French fashion designer named Christian Audigier approached Don Hardy with a licensing deal: take his tattoo artwork and put it on clothing. Hardy agreed. He thought it would give him time to focus on his art. What he did not expect was what Audigier was actually about to do with his name. Within 5 years, Ed Hardy went from serious artist to global fashion explosion. By 2009, the brand was generating over $700 million in annual sales. Madonna wore it, Britney Spears wore it, Mariah Carey wore it. Every celebrity with a publicist and a paparazzi following was dripped in rhinestones and dragon graphics from head to toe. Jeans were retailing anywhere from $150 to over $300 a pair. And here is where the dumb purchase starts, because the brand was not selling you denim. It was selling you the idea that wearing a bedazzled tiger on your thigh made you interesting. Here is what Audigier actually did with Don Hardy's life's work. He licensed it to 70 different sublicensees. 70. No filters, no standards, no strategy. Ed Hardy ended up on clothing, on shoes, on fragrances, on vodka bottles, on car air fresheners, and, according to documented reports, on condoms. The man's artwork, 40 years of one of America's most serious tattoo artists, ended up on a condom wrapper because nobody said no. Audigier even put his own name on Ed Hardy products. On one single item, his name appeared 14 times. Hardy's name appeared once. In 2009, Don Hardy filed a $100 million lawsuit against Audigier for breach of contract. The artist watched his entire legacy get turned into a gas station souvenir rack and had to sue to make it stop. And then Jersey Shore happened. When the cast of that show started appearing on national television wrapped head to toe in Ed Hardy, rhinestones, dragons, tigers, the whole catalogue, the brand did not just decline, it collapsed. Sales dropped 90% in 2 years, from $700 million to a brand worth so little that Iconic's brand group bought the entire thing for $62 million. Ed Hardy was banned by name from nightclub doors across the country. Celebrity stylist Philip Bloch publicly described the brand as very trailer park. The brand that once dressed Madonna was now being turned away at the door alongside reality television cast-offs. Now here is the argument people still make. Ed Hardy is having a Y2K comeback. Gen Z loves the aesthetic. TikTok has brought the dragons and rhinestones back into rotation. The bold graphics feel fresh again to a generation that never lived through the embarrassment of 2010. And that argument is real. Nostalgia is powerful, and fashion cycles are brutal and honest. But here is the truth that does not change no matter what year it is. The original artist sued the man running his brand for $100 million because his life's work was being slapped on everything from vodka to condoms without his permission. It was sold for $62 million, a 91% drop from peak revenue. And the jeans you are buying today carry the artwork of a man who spent decades building a serious artistic legacy that someone else turned into a rhinestone dragon on a pair of denim for $150. Nobody outside of a buckle store knows this brand exists, and that is exactly how Rock Revival wants it. Because the moment you walk through those doors and a salesperson starts talking about fleur-de-lis stitching and premium denim and rock and roll heritage, the clock starts ticking on your wallet. Today we talk about what you're actually buying when you hand over $160 to $260 for a pair of jeans sold almost exclusively at one retail chain in America. Rock Revival was founded in 2005 in Los Angeles by Koos Manufacturing. The head designer was a man named Kim Nguyen, and his vision was genuinely ambitious. He wanted to build a denim brand that captured the raw energy of rock and roll, bold stitching, aggressive washes, intricate embroidery, and a signature reverse fleur-de-lis stitched into every back pocket. Unlike most premium denim brands at the time that chased celebrity placement and red carpet moments, Rock Revival built its entire business around one retail partner, Buckle. No department stores, no big box exposure, no celebrity campaigns, just one chain of stores across Middle America quietly selling embroidered jeans to people who wanted to feel like they were wearing something exclusive. And for a while it worked beautifully. By the late 2000s, Rock Revival had become the quiet status symbol of Middle America. If you shopped at Buckle, you knew the brand. If you did not shop at Buckle, you had never heard of it. That exclusivity created exactly the kind of desirability that makes people pay premium prices without asking too many questions. The fleur-de-lis pocket became a signal, not to the fashion industry, not to celebrities, but to a very specific group of people in a very specific part of the country who understood what that stitching meant in their world. Here is what that smart brand building was quietly hiding the entire time. Rock Revival jeans are designed in Los Angeles and manufactured in Vietnam, Cambodia, Sri Lanka, and China. The brand that built its identity around American rock and roll culture, that charged you $160 to $260 for premium denim, that made you feel like you were buying something crafted with care and intention, was having those jeans stitched together in overseas factories and shipping them back to Buckle stores across America. The rock and roll is in the marketing, the reality is in the tag. And then the quality complaints started piling up. Real, verified customer reviews document jeans ripping at the back pocket seams after 2 or 3 wears. Customers reporting paying $260 for a pair that tore the first time they sat down. Multiple buyers describing seams splitting at the crotch after minimal use. One verified reviewer paid $169 for a pair worn fewer than 30 times over several years. The back pockets ripped wide open at the seam. Buckle offered 30% off a new pair. That is the customer service response to a $200 pair of jeans falling apart, not a replacement. A discount on spending more money with the same brand that just failed you. Now, here is the argument Rock Revival loyalists will make. The fit is unlike anything else at that price point. The stitching detail on a Rock Revival jean is genuinely impressive, up close. The brand has maintained consistent quality in its embroidery and hardware for 20 years, without chasing trends or burning itself out on celebrity endorsements. People who love Rock Revival jeans really love Rock Revival jeans, and that loyalty is real and earned. If Rock Revival needed Ed Hardy to expose it, then Miss Me never needed exposing at all, because it built an entire empire on rhinestones, wing stitching, and the single most effective sales strategy in the premium denim industry, making teenage girls feel like they were buying something that made them special. Miss Me was founded in 2001 in Los Angeles. The brand came out of a company called Sweet People Apparel, and its mission was straightforward: take the premium embellished denim wave that True Religion started and make it accessible to a younger female audience. While True Religion was charging $400 and chasing celebrities, Miss Me was charging $80 to $150 and chasing high school hallways. The signature was unmistakable: intricate wing stitching on the back pockets, rhinestone embellishments, heat-set beading, and a low-rise boot-cut silhouette that was designed from the ground up to make the person wearing it feel like the most fashionable girl in the room. It worked. By the mid-2000s, Miss Me was in over 1,000 major retail doors including Macy's, Nordstrom, Dillard's, and Buckle, and selling in boutiques across 27 countries. Here is what the brand conveniently never told you while it was selling you that feeling. Miss Me jeans are designed in Los Angeles and manufactured in China, Vietnam, and Bangladesh. The brand that charged you up to $150 for premium American-feeling denim was having every stitch of it produced in overseas factories and shipping it back with rhinestones and angel wings attached. And here is the detail that makes this brand's story truly different from everything else in this video. Miss Me is the same parent company that owns Rock Revival. Two brands, same overseas factories, two completely different audiences. One for the Middle America Buckle crowd, one for the teenage girl who wanted to feel like a celebrity in the school hallway. Different rhinestones, same business model, different price tag, same dumb purchase. And then, the quality started cracking under the price tag. Verified customer reviews document buttons breaking off after 2 wears, seams splitting at the back pocket after minimal use, buyers who wore their jeans twice before they ripped without ever washing them. One loyal customer with 27 pairs stopped buying new Miss Me entirely because the construction quality dropped while the prices stayed identical. The brand's own verified review platform sits at 1.7 stars out of 5. The response from the company when customers report defective product: silence. Unanswered emails, unreturned calls, a customer service operation as flimsy as the seams on the product it is supposed to be backing. Now here is the argument the loyalists make. The fit on a Miss Me jean is genuinely unlike anything else in that price range for a woman's body. The wing stitching and embellishment detail at $100 to $150 is objectively impressive for the money. The brand has been available in over 1,000 retail doors for 20 years without disappearing, and that kind of staying power does not happen by accident. Women who love Miss Me jeans have loved them for a long time, and that loyalty is real. If Miss Me is the brand that sold a generation of teenage girls the feeling of being fashionable, then Diesel is the brand that sold the whole world the feeling of being too smart for fashion. The Italian heritage, the subversive advertising, the deliberately distressed denim that said you were different from everyone else wearing a logo, except the brand that built its entire identity around being too cool to care, cared so little about its own future that it went bankrupt while charging you $400 to prove it. Here is where Diesel actually came from. Renzo Rosso was born in 1955 on a farm in Brugine, a town so small most Italians have never heard of it. At 15 years old, he was stitching jeans on his mother's sewing machine and selling them to his friends. Not a trained designer, not a fashion school graduate. A farm kid who loved denim and had the instincts of a genius. In 1978, at the age of 23, he co-founded Diesel with denim legend Adriano Goldschmied. By 1985, he had bought out his partner completely and owned the entire brand. What Rosso built over the next 2 decades was genuinely revolutionary. He pioneered distressed denim before anyone else in the industry was doing it. He launched ripped, worn, and treated jeans at a time when every other brand was selling clean and polished. He built an advertising empire around subversion and counterculture that won the Grand Prix at the Cannes Lions International Advertising Festival 3 separate times. By 2009, Diesel was generating 1.3 billion euros in annual revenue with over 400 stores worldwide. Renzo Rosso himself was listed on the Forbes billionaire list. This was not a small brand chasing celebrity endorsements. And here is where the dumb purchase begins. Diesel jeans retail today anywhere from $178 to nearly $400 a pair. And here is the fact that makes that price tag the most dishonest number. Renzo Rosso himself has publicly admitted that over 1 million counterfeit versions of Diesel products are sold globally every single year. 1 million fakes every year. The brand's response to that problem in 2018 was to open a pop-up store on Canal Street in New York City, the most famous counterfeit shopping district in America, with a deliberately misspelled sign that read, Diesel. They tagged everything inside as fake. They priced jeans at $70, believably cheap. Hundreds of people walked in and bought what they thought were knockoffs without asking a single question. Everything inside was authentic limited edition Diesel merchandise. The brand had just proven publicly that nobody could tell the difference between a $400 Diesel jean and a counterfeit version at $70. That was not a clever marketing stunt. That was the most expensive admission of brand failure in denim history. 1 year after that stunt, Diesel USA filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The American arm had lost money for 6 consecutive years. Sales collapsed 53%, from $196 million down to $104 million. The company had invested $90 million in store renovations between 2008 and 2015, described in federal court documents as ill-timed, excessive, and unfruitful. A single Fifth Avenue Manhattan store received $18 million in capital investment before closing in 2014. On top of that, the filing documented $1.2 million in losses from internal theft and fraudulent invoices over 3 years. The brand charging $400 for counterculture credibility was being robbed from the inside while drowning in debt on the outside. Now here is the argument Diesel loyalists will make. Renzo Rosso built something genuinely real: the distressed denim movement, the provocative, award-winning advertising, the counterculture identity that no other brand on this list ever came close to creating. Now that you know what is really going on behind the branding and marketing noise, the real question is simple. What should you be buying instead? And what should you stop wasting your hard-earned money on? Stop letting multi-billion-dollar corporate budgets trick you into believing that an overpriced logo equals true status, because real style is always about recognizing honest craftsmanship, smart fits, and genuine lasting value. If this video helped you see the denim industry a little differently and saved you from dropping cash on garbage quality, make sure to smash that like button right now. Subscribe to the channel for more unfiltered reviews, and drop a comment below telling us which brand surprised you the most. Don't let the retail giants play you for a fool anymore. Respect your hustle, invest in real quality, and click on the next video hitting your screen right now to save yourself from another terrible purchase.